All right, we are back with the rest of review number one of the EOC for Math 3. Okay, so let's look at this problem right here. Number 9, an absolute value function has points -1, 5, 3, 1, 4, 0, and 6, 2. What is the y-intercept of the function? Now, first off, what does an absolute value function look like? Well, you have to remember that it is a V shape. Okay, it's V-shaped. So it could be a V that's going up or it could be a V that is going down. All right, and next thing, you're going to want to plot these. I've already got them plotted in Desmos right here, so you can see those. You can put each point in. If you want to label the points, you're welcome to right here. Okay, and so you kind of see that V going up right here. Now, the question when we ask this, what is the y-intercept of the function? And you should know the y-axis is this one that's running vertical right here. So if I can continue this line, you may be able to see it. Here's the problem with the EOC. You can't draw on the Desmos. Now you can kind of eye it. This goes up one over one, up one over one, up one over one, up one over one. So it should land here at 4. So 4 is our answer. Now, if you want to, and I've got to go grab it right quick, you're going to have a sheet of graph paper, okay? Use this graph paper to as well. You need to write things down throughout the EOC, okay? And we can plot these points. -1, 5. Now, -1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is right here, okay? And then 3, 1, so 3, 1, okay? 4, 0. All right, 6, so that's 4, 5, 6, 6, 2. So here we go. And I see that V shape. So now I can actually physically draw on it right there. Now, not all the time our line's perfect, but remember what I was just doing? Up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Okay, it's all going to be in the same slope whenever we do these lines. So you could go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2, something like that. And so here I see that my y-intercept is at 4. Okay, so 4 is the answer. And again, be careful. They could be asking for x-intercepts, y-intercepts, any of that. All right, number 10. The graph below represents the emotions of typical Mets fans over the course of a season. Which equation best represents this graph? Now, I'm going to do this without a calculator first. Y equals, and remember how this is set up, bx plus k. You got to know what your A is, your B is, your K. Now, your A, and I'm going to say absolute value of A. So if there's a negative, take it off. This is your amplitude. If you can't remember what that is, I'll show you what that is in just a second. And K is your midline. All right, I'm going to start there first, okay? I'll get to B in just a little bit. But your midline is the thing that goes, the line horizontally that goes through the center. And here, when I'm splitting this up, here's our midline right here. And where is that at? Y equals -1. What that means is right here, you're going to have a -1. So we can automatically eliminate this right here. Okay. The other thing is amplitude. Let's talk about amplitude. Amplitude is from the max to your midline or your midline to your min, either one. But either one, it's 1, 2, 3. So this has a distance of 3. So my A value is 3. It's just sometimes it might be positive, it may be negative. Here, our sine function starts here on the midline when we're at x equals 0. And since it goes up, this one's going to be a +3. Well, the only one that has that is going to be B. We actually found the answer without. Some other things you need to remember here are period, the formula for period, and that's the length of one cycle. So if I were to take this right here and I were to highlight one cycle, whoops, that's one cycle right there. Okay. I had somebody in one of my classes say, oh, if that's 1/2, then this is going to be 2 halves. This is 3 halves. So this is 4 pi over 2. So that's actually 2 pi. So my period has a length of 2 pi. Well, the formula is 2 pi over b. That's what this b is right here. So you got to figure out what is b. If we multiply by b, so you got to remember this formula right here. B times 2 pi equals 2 pi, and then I divide by 2 pi. Well, when I take 2 pi and I divide by 2 pi, I get b equals 1. And so here, right here, b is what's beside x. There would be a 1 right there. So remember all of these things. In this case, I didn't have to figure out the B, but on another problem, you may have to. Now, all else fails, yes, if you were thinking, well, why can't I plug this in? Yeah, you can. Okay, you can plug it into Desmos and just match it up. Like y equals 2 sine of x. All right, here's the one key thing with sine and cosine. Please put parentheses around that x or whatever's behind sine and cosine. The other thing is when you see this wrench, you can change this to see the axis that they have. So when I'm looking here, the axis that they have, it runs from, now just be careful because each block, or actually two blocks, is pi over 2. This is going to be negative pi over 2. So negative, and you can do pi for pi divided by 2. And then that goes to roughly 5. I'm just going to say 5 pi over 2. I know it kind of stops at this line right here. Those are for my x's. And my y's, I can say like negative 6 or negative 7 to 4. Okay, so I'll do negative 7 to 4. All right, and when I look here, does that look like what that is? And if I see, like here, this bottom goes to negative 4. This bottom is not at negative 4, it's at negative 2. All right, so here, when I throw in some of the other answer choices, all right, we had -1, but this was the actual answer, 3. All right, and that looks like what we've got going on here. The only thing is, like the boxes, you have more boxes here on this than you do there. Okay, you just kind of have to play around with it. Look at where like it crosses the x-axis. Those are some points that you want to look at right there. And I don't have the whole window. There we go. Okay, and like eliminate the other answer choices. So like here, when I put in a 3 right here, you can see that definitely is not, it doesn't go as high as 2. And then the other one took off this. All right, and you probably, if you are plugging it in, plug it into all of them. If you see this goes past 2, the midline actually is at 0 here. All right, so those are some all things that you can look at. So make sure you review your trig graphs, make sure you know about absolute value, given points, and vocabulary words like x-intercept, y-intercept.